Hi BC, Martin here from the Olympic Park in Munich. I also want to share my top 10 1975. I have decided to show alternatives. I haven't seen all of the videos, so maybe there will be overlapping, but I have tried not to show that. There will only be one that I know has been shown, and there's a reason why I'm gonna show that. But before we start, I want to show quickly the other records that was competing here, and some of them were I just left out because they were already shown. So here, the first one, Ricochet by Tangerine Dream. Very nice record from Germany. And also here, Tangerine Dream, Rubicon. Excellent record. Yeah, I can show this as well. I don't know when was it, like a few years ago I saw Tangerine Dream play live the soundtrack for The Sorcerer, special event in Copenhagen, and at the same event Michael Rotha played music from Neu and Harmonia, and Dieter Möbius also played some solo stuff. It was a very nice event. Yeah, cool. The next is of course a classic, and we're here in Munich, so of course I had to quickly show it even though it has been shown. The mighty Keith Jarrett here, the Köln concert. Probably the biggest record from on ECM, and yeah, I have to show it because of course ECM is located here in Munich. Next up, 2 seconds here, I have to take them out. So here, original press of Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here, was already shown, very cool. Of course, it's actually not my favorite Pink Floyd, but it's definitely one of the best. Some of the early stuff is, in my opinion, better. Also from Germany, released this, as of course Klaus Schulze has been the whole life he's been very productive, and especially in the 70s, and here Time Wind with Klaus Schulze was released in 1975. Not his best album, and that's why it's not included. Also from Germany, Neu. I don't think I need to mention that. It was already shown. I can mention that Neu 2. That Neu 2. Already there you can sense that they're going in a more punk direction, or at least Klaus Dinger wanted to go in a punk direction, and somehow it sounds like Suicide. It's very interesting. So if you listen to some of the tracks on the second side of Neu 2, the second album from Neu, it almost sounds like Suicide. Very interesting. So proto-punk. In 1975, Bob Marley also released a really good live album. I can recommend this, it's very good. Oh, I'm covering my face all the time here. But yeah, it's a very cool live record. Also in 1975, a woman had her debut, Emmylou Harris. I'm not really a big country fan, but I always thought Emmylou Harris was special. She has a really like an angel voice, or like the voice of an angel, and yeah, this is actually a quite good album, even though I'm not really into country, and that's why it's not in my top 10, but it's quite good record. So because we're in Munich, I of course also have to show sorry, now we're starting with the top 10. I was a little bit confused here, but the first album of the top 10 here, of course, because we're in Munich, I have to mention Donna Summer, Love to Love You, Baby. Love to Love You, Baby was released in 1975 and was recorded here in Munich. And of course, involved was Giorgio Moroder. And this is, I think, a milestone in disco music, in the direction of synthesizer disco. And the first side, the A side, which is one long track, Love to Love You Baby, is in my opinion, a really strong track, and I think a lot of people think it's very cheesy, and yeah, it is maybe a little bit cheesy, but that track is really cool. The B-side, so the B-side of this record is not that interesting in my opinion, but I decided to choose it because it's from Munich and because the A-side is really good. So next up, also associated to Munich here on ECM, Eberhard Weber, Yellow Fields. A very, in my opinion, very strong record. I forgot to to show him in 1974, so I had to show him 1975. Of course, Eberhard Weber, also very important on the ECM label. Born in Stuttgart, and this was also recorded just outside of Stuttgart in Germany. And yeah, it's I think he's really interesting, of course, because of his very characteristic bass playing, but also because often he has a little bit. You can tell that he also had played in a rock band or with rock influences. Often it's there's some funk influences as well, and it's a very dynamic record. This one is a very dynamic record, and he also played on other records where it's quite funk driven. Yeah, I can highly recommend this. It's really a beautiful record. Next up, also a very cool record here from Mini Riperton, Adventures in Paradise, with a very nice cover here with the lion. Apparently when they had the photo shoot she was attacked by the lion, but she was not badly hurt. Unfortunately she died very young, 31 years old, of breast cancer. Yeah, crazy voice, really beautiful voice. Have also sung on Stevie Wonder, a lot of soul albums he's been singing backing vocals for. It's really crazy. It's really a beautiful album, this one. I can really highly recommend it, especially which one was it? Yeah, of course the title track is really it's amazing, but the whole record is very good and I can recommend it. So I think this was released on Epic. This is a European press, Dutch press, I think. Next up here also In the Direction of Soul. It's not her best album maybe, but still I thought I should show it. Denise Lassalle, R&B singer, soul R&B singer, very influenced by blues. Sounds sometimes like Aretha Franklin here, Denise Lassalle. Here I Am Again, a really good record from her side, maybe one of her best. Yeah, and it's released on Westbound, located in Detroit. Yeah, it's a lot of orchestral stuff going on here with the Memphis horns, Muscle Shoals horns, the Detroit horns. Also, this is a lot of horns on it. There's a lot of orchestral in the background, and yeah, you can also sense here is in the direction of disco, but still rhythm and blues. So yeah, it's very cool. Once again, back in Germany here, I showed the debut of Harmonia. It is the second album, Deluxe. Also really good record from them. Yeah, soundscapes, and with of course the very characteristic guitar from Michael Rother. Everything he has touched, you can hear it. It's he has his own voice almost through the guitar. It's very characteristic, and on this it's the same thing. It's a beautiful record. Highly recommended. And where are we going now? We are going to Brazil. João Bosco, Cacá Barbosa. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. You can sense, of course, it's a bossa nova record, but more dynamic, more inspired also by American music, I think. Let me just make this a bit lighter because it's getting a little bit dark, I think. Yeah, funk influenced a bit, not a lot of funk, but a little bit funk, and yeah, so it has some very interesting moments, a little bit more up-tempo songs also, very cool. So next up, again I show Black Sabbath. Probably their last good record, or really good record, was Sabotage. On this run, this is released on the beautiful, let me see if I can show it here, the beautiful Spiegelei, I don't know if you can see, Spiegelei label, German label. And yeah, on this record, Hole in the Sky and Symptom of the Universe is on, which is very cool tracks. Yeah, not too bad. Black Sabbath. Here, Big Star 1000 talked about that we need to show more African music. Yes, I agree. Unfortunately, I don't have that much African music on vinyl, but instead I would show some Asian. Here is from India, Ananda Shankar and his friends, I think it's called, and his music, Indian psychedelic, is combining traditional Indian music with psychedelic. Very, very strong record, highly recommended, really spaced out music. Apparently he played with Jimi Hendrix as well. He was in America and he took these experiences from psychedelic music back to India and released this album. It's a monster of a record, really, really, really cool, beautiful packaging. This is a repress. I actually don't know exactly when it's from, but it's really a beautiful one. And also from India, Nikhil Banerjee. It's difficult with these names. Raga Pilu. In my opinion, now it's maybe a little bit too light. Okay, just adjust it a bit here. Sorry. So, in my opinion, he plays the sitar better, or I don't know if he plays better, but he plays in a more comfortable way than Ravi Shankar. Yeah, it's more relaxing to listen to, in my opinion. Ravi Shankar stresses me most of the times, but this is really highly recommended. I don't know if it's best recording because I haven't heard all of his music, but very, very talented sitar player, and yeah, I'm not an expert on Indian music, but this is really, really a good record in my opinion. Okay, the last one that has already been shown, Tim. Hope you're not getting too jealous now. I have here a repress of Profondo Rosso. It's from, when is it from? I don't even know, maybe it's from, I don't even know when it's from, 2012 maybe. It's an Italian repress, beautiful packaging here. Maybe, I think it was a part of Record Store Day, I'm not sure. Profondo Rosso, Goblin, soundtrack from Dario Argento's movie. Deep Red, as Tim said, it was translated into. Profoundly Red, I would probably translate it to, and it comes in purple vinyl. Of course, very important album in Italian prog. Also highly recommended. I must say that I don't need to own all the Goblin albums. They are interesting, but it can get a little bit too much. But I really like this album. It's beautiful horror music. And yeah, this was all from me here in Munich. Yeah, please comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and of course I'm looking forward for the next installments, and until then, take care. Bye.